got into strength and conditioning.
Oh yeah, that was already gonna happen.
Yeah. I guess I don't know, training pro athletes and what goes into that. And I guess just moving forward from there. I guess what's going on with all this COVID stuff and still trying to train and work and.
Oh yeah, so I wasn't even thinking about the coronavirus stuff, but yeah that'd be good.
Yeah.
All right, you want to throw those on just so you can hear when you're actually talking into the mic
right.
or not. So you don't have to talk straight into it like this, just kind of talk right across the front of that thing.
Right, just
Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah, I got it.
But if you talking to the side, you can't really hear yourself.
Yeah.
And then that's how it's going to sound when they listen to it on.
Well, my voice kind of carries.
Oh yeah, that deep ass voice. A deep ass voice over here sounding like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see it.
Welcome back to the Savage Association podcast. Today I'm here with Chris McNair, my strength conditioning coach. He is an ex-NFL athlete, free safety, right?
Outside linebacker, actually, about 40 pounds of difference.
40 pounds difference. That's funny because I remember when you were 300 pounds.
Yeah,
300 pounds muscled up, not 300 pounds of...
314 pounds to be exact. That was the biggest I've ever been in my life. Things are a little bit different up there.
What was your body fat percentage like?
When I was 314, I was actually at 12% body fat, so pretty low for 314
imagine seeing that.
pounds.
Look at the size of his arms versus the size of my arms. Crazy.
I'm about 280 now, so I took it back a little bit. I started snoring while I was watching my Netflix shows, so I knew then it was time to cut it back.
A little too much pressure on the knees.
Yeah, that too, definitely. But what's crazy is I still could really jump.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
314, I could still jump. I still had about a 38-inch vertical at 314 pounds.
Could you really feel a difference on your body though?
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, I was snoring, and I wasn't asleep. I was snoring while awake, watching Netflix shows, literally.
Oh, God. I used to have people in high school that used to, do that in my class. I'm, looking back at them,
bro, you sleep?
But, so, strength and conditioning, how'd you get on that from
Well, what's crazy is, you mentioned that I played football. I went through a part of my life where I wasn't playing any sports, actually. I got into football my junior year of high school is when I got into football. I actually played my senior year, and that was it.
Wait, so you didn't even start your junior year?
No.
What did you have one of those huge growth spurts like everybody?
I was this tall when I was 16. So
just skinny.
Yeah, I was about 215.
They didn't put you at wide receiver?
No, I played some tight end, a little tight end. What's funny is a lot of colleges that recruited me when I came out wanted me to play tight end, but tight end wasn't a very glamorous position, to say the least,
what
at
year
that
was
time.
This?
2001.
2001. So, main people were Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates and stuff.
Yeah, but those were the receiving tight ends.
Rare. Most of them are just blocking tight ends.
Exactly. It was tight end, no thanks, so I got into football late. I was a basketball player, and I ran track before that.
What'd you run?
I ran the 200, the 400, 4x2, and 4x1. So I was pretty fast for a big kid. You know?
Fast with some endurance, because if you're just straight up fast, it'd be the 100.
Right.
200, you got to have a little bit of endurance. 400, you got to have a bunch of endurance.
Ooh,
Because I used to run the 400. I used to run the 400, the 4x4, and the 800.
ooh, that 800, man.
Hey, that 800. So people don't understand. I feel, from what I've been told too, but I feel like it's the hardest race in track. It's either that or the 400.
400
hurdles.
is definitely. I think
400
400.
hurdles.
I don't know. 400. That's a combination of speed and endurance that not a lot of people can master.
Do you know what's crazy though? Is when I ran my 400, I would finish about only 1 second faster than when I ran my first lap in my 800.
Man,
Is that not crazy? I don't know.
I think you were probably better than you thought you were, and you didn't really tap into it. I think you probably could have been a whole lot faster.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like, when you had further to go, you kind of ran with this mentality like, well, I got more to go. So, you kind of just overlooked it. When you know it's the end, then you're like, all right,
Yeah.
this is the end.
Well, yeah, the end of that last little leg of the 800, like when you come around that last curve and you got that straightaway, they always have that. They always say that's when the bear jumps. Man, I'll be running as hard as I can, going super slow.
Barely moving.
But it feels like you're going so fast or you're trying so hard.
You got to pull with your arms at that point.
Man, like I'm swimming. I swear to God, that's what it feels like. Trying not to drown. So you played all those sports. I'm surprised. Even back then in the day, like in 2001 era, like they didn't have like the linebackers. You didn't play outside linebacker like how they have now, like James Harrison and them were playing.
So what's crazy is in high school, I played everywhere. I played outside linebacker. I played defensive end. I played some safety. I played everywhere, especially when I got into college. They kind of moved me around because I was new to the game of football. I was still learning how to play football.
Yeah, so you weren't just stuck in one position.
Right. When I went to a Division I college, I was probably mentally, I was the youngest kid on the team.
What college?
University of Southern Miss.
All right.
So under Jeff Bauer.
Did you I meant to ask this at some point during the show anyways. Do you know Deontay?
Deontay, you talking about DeAndre?
DeAndre
Brown?
Yeah, DeAndre.
So, I do know DeAndre Brown. We're friends. DeAndre came in after I left. He was later. DeAndre played most of his career under what's the coach that went to North Carolina? I can't think of his name right now. But he coached at Southern Miss and then won a conference championship and then went Fedora.
Oh, yeah.
So he played under him, and then I played under Bauer. So I played under the Bauer, Coach Nick's era.
Yeah.
When we were knocking heads off out there. So,
oh, yeah. I know DeAndre pretty well. I see him all around town all the time.
Yeah. Worst memory from being at Southern Miss, or worst experiences, I know pretty much everybody knows who Alex Smith is.
Alex Smith,
quarterback? Plays for Washington Redskins.
Yeah, the one that had a super bad knee injury.
Lower leg injury. He killed us in the Liberty Bowl.
Who did he play for in college?
He played for Utah.
Oh, really?
Man, they had a squad. I also got a chance to get my butt kicked against Aaron Rodgers, too. So
where did Aaron Rodgers play?
He played at Cal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, those are just some of the people that I
did you think they were going to go to the NFL?
Oh, absolutely. Like, it was no doubt. It was no doubt that those two guys, like, I knew. Like, when I saw them, I'm going to tell you somebody else, too. He's coaching. He's now a quarterback coach at Chicago with the Bears. But Dave Ragone, that played for Louisville back then. Back then, Louisville was in Conference USA. Dave Ragone was a stud.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the quarterback coach at Chicago now with the Bears. But when he played, like, literally, man, he was about
white dude, black dude,
white guy, had these big blue eyes, man. He was
pocket passer, or is he a little athletic?
6'3", about 235 pounds, and he can run, he can throw. Man, he was a shocker. Like, when you hit him, you better hit him.
So speaking on all these like good quarterbacks and athletic quarterbacks, because each one of the quarterbacks you said will sit in the pocket and throw, but they're all athletic.
Right.
I've heard, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, and I was curious. Was Steve McNair, you related to Steve McNair?
Yes, I am. We are related. Down the line, he was a big influence into why. Like, so I used to work his camps every summer. I'd work his camps
In Nashville?
No, actually, he did them in Wiggins at Perk at Gulf Coast.
Oh, all right.
So he used to do them right down the road, and I used to work his camps with him, and just sometimes I see him just throwing after that. Like after he do a camp, he'd be throwing a little bit.
How old were you this time?
This was when I was about 16 years old, and that kind of.
So you weren't even playing then.
And it kind of just him and my head coach, my high school football coach, Ronnie Cuevas, were the ones who kind of really talked me into it finally. Because I was a basketball player. I was like, I'm a basketball player. I'm not a football player.
Man, look at you should have went to tight end, bro. Look at Antonio Gates. He came from basketball.
I know.
And he didn't play until his junior year in college.
And looking back now, like with my ability to jump and how explosive I am, a steal to this day. Yeah, I should have been catching the football.
How old are you now?
37.
Oh yeah, you would. How old was Tony Gonzalez when Antonio Gates just stopped? He had to be close to 40.
Yeah. Antonio Gates I think he was like 36 or 37.
But he was like you too. He didn't start till late. Like I said, a junior in college when he finally transitioned over. So it's like he didn't have a bunch of wear and tear.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of Jimmy Graham.
Same basketball.
Yeah, a lot of those guys can do that at the tight end position because it's really pretty much the same thing. Especially
for the rebound.
Yeah, basically that's what you're doing. You're just rebounding all game. The blocking aspect comes with time. I mean, you can see some of those guys getting those situations that the block guys like, Shaq Barrett. He murders tight ends, man, when they try to block him.
And you know what's crazy is one of the best catching tight ends in the recent era, Gronk.
Oh yeah,
they don't even use him hardly. All he does is block.
Right.
Nah, he will go and catch a couple passes and get a touchdown here and there.
Now.
But now with the Buccaneers. Almost only strictly blocking.
The crazy thing is, I think that's more strategy. I think that's more to
open up wide receivers. Could you think?
Well, or to throw the defense off. So when Gronk enters the game with Tom Brady under center, you thinking, all right, here we go, Tom Brady to Gronkowski. You know what I mean? That's what you're thinking. So. And then they just load up and run it right at you. You know what I mean? So I think that, and then they'll run it right at you, then they'll slip him out for a pass, and it's a big game. I think it's more so to mess with the defense.
I agree. And not to mention, they got 3 or 4 great wide receivers. Antonio Brown, now, he should be able to play since he had that concussion in the Super Bowl. That was before. That was first game of the playoffs.
Man, I'm so bitter about that because I'm a Steelers fan.
Bro, you already know I'm a Pittsburgh fan too.
Now, look at this. Listen to this. Le'Veon Bell and AB are in a Super Bowl without the Steelers.
But neither one of them did anything for their teams.
Right. Neither one of them have the impact they had on the Steelers, but they're still there.
That's great. I didn't even think about that because Le'Veon don't even hardly play.
Right.
He got to run here and there.
Yep.
But he's not even starting. And AB doesn't start. If he plays, he's playing slot most of the time. But
right. They got 2 good guys though. Mike Evans and Godwin are beasts.
Bro, and Godwin's so fast.
Yeah.
And then you got to think they got 2 good tight ends on top of that, OJ and Cameron Brate.
Yeah, Cameron Brate is a beast too.
Oh yeah, man, I had him on my fantasy league 2 years ago because I thought he was going to go off and didn't do anything.
That's usually how it happens.
But I said I'm not a fan of Tampa Bay. They also had Jameis Winston throwing all these interceptions.
He was. I'm surprised he didn't play that much this year when Drew went down.
Right. Well,
yeah, that was a shocker.
Well, since we're on this subject, before we circle back to where we were talking about you being able to transition to different positions, who you got in the Super Bowl?
I'm going with Mahomes. Here's the thing. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so I have a huge respect for Tom Brady because he knocked us out of the playoffs
so many times.
He's beat us in the regular season, so I know what he's capable of. What it came down to last week against Green Bay, because I feel like
in that game?
I picked Green Bay.
I picked Tampa.
Here's the thing: if Aaron Rodgers did enough to win that game.
They just couldn't put any pressure on Tom Brady.
It wasn't even that. He couldn't make them pay for the interceptions. Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions,
Yes.
three in a row, and they didn't get points off of them.
I feel like one he was taking the sack while he threw, so that made the ball go up. One, I felt like Mike Evans, if he'd have been in, I feel like he should have caught that ball. I know it looked like he was in the middle of the stride, so he couldn't jump as high as he wanted to. I feel like that's a catchable ball, though.
Yeah.
The other one, was completely his fault.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they, other than the sack that they had when he got the interception, they couldn't get any pressure on Tom Brady. If you let him sit in the pocket
all day, he'll kill you. He'll kill you all day. It's just amazing that Tom Brady is in another Super Bowl. I mean, he doesn't even have to. I hear so much. Oh, if Tom Brady wins this one, he's the GOAT.
He's already.
He ain't got to win another Super Bowl, bro. He's the man. As far as quarterbacks go, the GOAT.
So, what I want him to win because everybody was saying the only reason he won was because of Bill Belichick.
The system quarterback.
Yeah, only because of Bill. Now, what'd Bill do without him? And he got a good quarterback replacement.
Here's the thing. I think it goes hand in hand. I think they function well together. I don't think it's one over the other.
I agree. Well, I think they function good together, but I think Brady's better at what he does than Bill is. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Bill's good because he did good with the Browns. Yeah. And he's done good with the Patriots. But
I don't know. I think Tom Brady has benefited from having the best cast he's ever had in his career this year.
100%. When he was at the Patriots, he didn't have anybody.
Right.
And when he had Wes Welker, that was good, and he had Gronk.
So that means
then he had AB for a couple games.
So you're going to put that all on Tom Brady that he didn't have a good supporting cast and they won, or are you going to give some to Bill Belichick?
Like I said, I think Bill's good at what he does, but I think Brady is better at what he does than Bill is.
I don't know. I don't know because 3 interceptions say different. If the defense doesn't step up there, that's an L.
Well,
that's an L. That's an L. I mean, those 3 interceptions.
100%. Well, even then, it's still with it being 3 interceptions. They scored off 2 of those interceptions.
No, they didn't. They didn't get any points
off the turnovers. I remember.
No, the only one is the one they got in the red zone that took back to the red zone. It was the only time they got 6 points. They didn't get to 2 point conversion.
Yeah.
Then he threw,
that was right. What
that was the first one. That was the first turnover. The second 2, they didn't get anything, and that was to like seal the deal.
Oh yeah. I know the last one was.
Yeah, they score. They go down and score on either one of those because Tampa couldn't score at that point. So Green Bay had stepped up on defense.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers didn't.
Well, that's the thing, though. Green Bay's defense was doing good too. You can't. I'm gonna stick with what I said though.
Listen, I already told you, Brady's the GOAT.
I think Brady. So if Brady's the GOAT, is Bill Belichick the GOAT of coaches?
No, Nick Saban is the GOAT of coaches.
Well, that's two different leagues. It's not even comparable.
Well, but it's head coaching. I'm saying here's the deal. You know, everybody's trying to say Nick Saban went to the league and he couldn't win.
He went to the bum-ass Dolphins.
Right. You know, if he could control who he had on his roster, he would never lose.
So, how is Urban Meyer going to do at Jacksonville then?
Urban Meyer's a good coach. He's definitely a culture changer. So I don't think they're going to a Super Bowl because he goes there, but I think they become they become a factor in their division.
Urban's been successful everywhere he's went.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's a culture changer. I think they become, competitive in that division. I think they make the playoffs. They don't have the quarterback position right yet to win a Super Bowl. You need the quarterback position to win.
Well, you know how he plays. Well, how he coaches. He doesn't need, but prefers an athletic quarterback.
Here's the deal. Everybody is going to that. Tom Brady, the Tom Bradys are.
I agree.
Those days are over.
But a lot of his was also, and you saw Patrick Mahomes get hit with it. You do an option.
Yeah.
In the NFL, you might get smoked. So you can't keep a quarterback like that.
Well, here's the thing: you can't keep a quarterback that's more talented with his legs than he is with his arm. That's what you can't keep. You can keep a guy who's talented with his legs, but also has the talent. Because Patrick Mahomes ain't a slouch.
Oh, no.
Neither is Josh Allen. Neither.
Oh, Josh Allen's a lot more athletic than he looks.
Yeah. So you got to look at it like that. Now, I guess if you want to, point to someone like Lamar Jackson, I don't think Lamar Jackson can throw it enough to the outside to win a Super Bowl. No.
Yeah.
He needs to develop a little bit more. He needs to play the game a little bit better from the waist up in order to win this ball.
I agree. But all I was saying off of that is, I know a lot of Urban's game is like built off some read options and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Even if you give the ball away, the quarterback's open to be hit right there.
Right.
So you gotta take your chances and do it here and there, and you know what I mean. Make sure quarterback gets. If I'm quarterback, I'm getting down regardless.
Here's I was about to say. Here's the thing. You take a guy like Cam Newton, who was the focal point of everything in Carolina.
Yeah.
And his body is just taking so much damage to where he's a shell of his former self.
But also, he would take shots that other quarterbacks would get a penalty.
Yeah.
They'd get a roughing the quarterback, but they didn't. He's just so big.
Yep, he was so athletic and so big that it was almost a disadvantage to hit him. You have to hit him violently to get him to go down.
Same with Big Ben in the beginning.
You have to hit him hard or he ain't going down. What are you going to do? You going to grab a guy that's 250 pounds?
And we're not even talking about just like him taking off and running. If he's in the pocket, they're hitting him hard. That's when he's getting hit the hardest. And he'll get up and look at the refs. It'd be helmet to helmet contact. They won't throw anything. They'll look at him like. But that's the difference in when you're that big.
Right.
So it makes it look like it's not that hard to hit. They think you can take more. It's crazy.
It's kind of the same as like it is the same, and then sometimes he does a little bit extra. But
100%.
LeBron is the same way. In order to stop him from driving, you have to be aggressive, and then you're gonna get foul calls. But sometimes he flops. Of course.
Yeah, he's not James Harden though.
Yeah. He's not that bad, but
I agree.
He doesn't get calls sometimes because
100%
guys have to be physical. Or what do you want me to do? Let him run me over?
Yeah. So who you got? I
got KC going back to back.
So I like Patrick Mahomes, and he's got that $500 million contract, 540 or something like that.
He's worth every penny.
Oh, they're already happy. They're already happy they paid him that
right.
just for bringing him back to another Super Bowl.
Right.
But I want Tom Brady to go out saying I did it without Bill, go out his way, and I don't want him to play next year if he does.
Yeah.
But I think he signed a 2-year contract, didn't he?
I can't remember if he did or not. But man, if he did that, like I'd be happy for Tom. That's awesome.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan, but I like to see people do good. See where why most people hate Tom Brady
is because he's successful.
Is people like to see people do good until they do too good.
Yeah.
And then
they want to see you lose. Kind of like Muhammad Ali.
LeBron.
Yeah.
MJ when he was playing, people don't want to see you win because you're doing too good.
Or if you are winning, they want to see a blemish on your personal life. Like, he's divorcing his wife. He's been cheating.
And what's so crazy about that kind of stuff is that people have literally done that exact same thing. They were comment on that.
Yeah.
But they think that they can talk shit on you.
Because it's a celebrity.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They hold celebrities to a higher standard than they hold themselves.
100%.
It's so crazy, man. It's almost like they act like they're not human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, all right. So I guess we can make a bet on this game this weekend.
All right.
What you got?
Let's bet. I tell you what.
We're going to do a spread, or are we just going to go straight up, or what's up?
The spread, I think the Vegas
spread
is
-2.5.
Oh, it went down? It was 3. All right. I'll give you 3 points.
Give me 3?
I'll give you 3.
How much we betting? Hundo stick?
All right, let's go.
Bet. All right. Since we got that smash,
you heard it. You heard it now.
I'll bring that money out. Hey, I put a little 9-leg parlay in the other day at the casino for it was all basketball. It was some college and some NBA, and I put it in for $10.
You hit
$2,036.
I do it all the time. Actually, man. one of my clients, AJ McNair, he always comments about how I'm always I'm always putting in parlays and winning, man. And I put in one. You know, he commented, like, I was like, man, I'm about to go put this 9-leg in, so we got to get in, on time, get out on time, because I got to hurry up, get down there for this game. So he's like, man, you need to quit betting. I was like, I'm telling you, I'm about to hit. Went down there with $10, 9-leg parlay, $981 off $10.
Hey, so how I ended up making 2Gs is I took a lot of money lines. It was like North Carolina to win by 7, win -6, and a bunch of games that they won by So if you don't know about sports betting, if a team is -6, that means they have to win by
6 or more.
Well, if they win by 6, then you're going to get a push on that. They have to win by 7. If you get a push, that doesn't mean you lose. It just means that bet gets knocked off and you have an 18 parlay. But I am not going to say risky because I try not. If I do like a parlay that big, I'm going to try to do the best odds that I can. And I had like 4 or 5 of the teams win by 1 point of what they had to.
Wow.
And then I would have won an extra $1,500. Texas was playing Oklahoma, but they were short some players. And I had them money line to beat Oklahoma. I think Texas only had 2 losses, ranked number 5. They ended up losing by 1. So that would have got me an extra $1,500. They got scored on with 0.9 seconds left.
Wow.
To make
you know what? That's why I really don't bet on college basketball, because of the way the end of the game go and they put them on the line.
I feel like that's opposite. I feel like that's the opposite. So in college, I feel like they play throughout. In the NBA, that's why in NBA I bet first halves, because in first half they're trying to score.
Yeah.
They're trying to finish that first half with as wide a margin as they can so they can sit their players a little more in the second half. But at the end of the game, if you're up 20 points, you're going to put your backups in.
Right.
And then it's going to lessen that spread. But in college, it doesn't do that.
Here's the thing. That's true if it's on a blowout game. I'm sitting on the close games. When it's a close game, it's down to the wire. Like, if the Clippers are playing the Lakers and the spread is +6, you know what I mean? You take that. You take whoever's up at that time. It's like, let's say you pick the Lakers to win by 6. They're up, right?
I picked Lakers to win by 6 last night. They lost.
Yeah. Well,
which I knew was going to be a good game with the 76ers.
I'm about to show you why, because they're just going to hold the ball.
Oh, 100%.
At the end, they're just going to kill the time. And then,
well, that's when
goes down, they're trying to score.
That's when the fouls come in, and that's when that spread margin comes back out a little bit, because you're going to foul.
Unless they foul LeBron.
They foul, yeah. Yeah, true. It's like fouling Shaq back in the day. Try to get Shaq with the ball.
Yeah.
But they're going to try to foul you. You're going to have to shoot. You might make 1 out of 2. You might make 2. But then they get the ball back. They don't score, and that starts to spreading out that margin or widen that margin again. But I feel like in college, to me at least, it's a lot less. It's a lot more forgiving at the end.
I don't know. I've lost a lot of bets in college because of the end of the game. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? All you had to do was just finish.
I lost a parlay last night strictly because the Celtics. They went up with 11 seconds. I had a money line. They went up with 11.2 seconds left. I had a money line. That just means they have to win.
Yeah.
So when they win by that 1, I win that. And then I had 2 parlays on that. They were both for 900. One was like 998. The other one was 902.
Yeah.
Lost with 5
Kill
seconds
both
left.
your tickets,
bro. Had to go get me a little drink. But
man, I never do an identical ticket because
no, I don't either. But I try not to put
two team. I try not to put a team on both tickets, no matter how sure I am about them winning, because
it's going to ruin both.
Yep.
Well, I usually do like 4 tickets. They'll all be like $20 bet or $10 bet, because I feel like I have the best odds. And out of those 4 tickets, I'll do one that's going to be like 9 or 10 teamer. The rest of them would be like 5 and 3. I feel like I can hit 3 all day, almost never miss them. 3 and 1, like 2. I'll do like a two pick parlay where I'm pretty sure of, and I'll put like a little more money on it, maybe $100 and double out my money, make $220 or something.
Right.
But I was so sure the Celtics were going to win last night. I put them on all of my tickets.
Yeah, and it killed them.
I killed every single one.
Man, every time. I've done it before too. I don't do it anymore. what you could do is, especially if you're good at going for, if you're good at picking like 3,
Yeah.
do teasers.
See, I've looked at. I really don't know what the teaser is. I just
So,
go straight parlays.
What a teaser is it adds to the
Educate
spread.
me.
It adds to the spread. So you can do a teaser for like plus 7 points.
Yep.
So like, let's say if you got 3 teams you really like on the spread, all right, you add plus 7 to that.
To just the total of the spread combined.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, let's say if you got a team that you're confident they're going to cover -6. If you got a team you're confident they're going to cover -6, you do a teaser, and it'll go plus 7, and it'll have them now at plus
13.
At plus 1.
Oh yeah, so they can lose by 1. Just that one team.
Well, whoever you have on that parlay.
So say you have 2 teams that are even, and then you had the third team that was -5.
So if you had 2 teams
plus
even,
2.
you'd be you'd be plus 7 plus 7 plus 2. So the 2.
Oh, they all get 7.
They all get 7.
What?
Yep.
But
So,
I'm sure that brings your money down.
your odds go down, but you can bet more money.
Your odds go up, but you're gonna win less money.
Yeah, right. You win less money, but you can bet more money because it's a safer bet.
That's true. I might have to look into that because
Yeah.
I always see it like, would you like to tease? You can do 3 or 4 teamers, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Let me just go straight for my parlay.
I do teasers all the time. I hit on teasers all the time. But I bet like 200 on a teaser.
I might do one tonight, and I'll send you a ticket.
So I bet on a teaser last weekend. I took Tampa Bay plus 12.
Oh, because of
the teaser.
Well, even then, they were only plus 3.5.
Right. So, at the time they were plus 5.
Plus 5.
It was plus 5 at that point. Now, I did a 7-point teaser, so it was plus 12, and then I had them going over 30-something points. Clearly, it was going to. Clearly, the total score was going to be over 30.
So
it was at 40.
With the spread, or not the spread, but the total, does that take away 7 points?
Yep.
What? So they only had to have 21 or
They only
20?
had 33. So it was at 40. I did a 7
Oh, damn.
and put it down to 33, so they had to go over 33.
Easy.
And then I did KC plus 4, right? Because their spread was at 3. Their spread was at 3, so it made them plus 4. And then I had them going over, I think it was 53.
So
yeah,
would it go to plus 2 because of even?
No, the spread. What was the spread? The spread was 53. I took it down to 46.
Oh, the points were?
Yeah. The point. Yeah, I mean the total. My bad.
So if they were -4, wouldn't it?
Well, they were -3.
They were -3
and went to plus 4.
Plus 4. Well, wouldn't it go minus? It would go down to -2, -1, even.
Will it go there? No, it'll
because evens 1 too. Because that just means if they win.
So yeah, if you take I don't know if they have a 3-point, but I know they have a 4-point teaser. So I did a 7-point teaser, so it's just gonna do 7 points regardless. So if you do you could do a 4-point teaser, and that would just make them plus 1.
And you're gonna make more money off of that because
it's not changing.
Points.
Yep.
All right, I got you. Well, I'm gonna So I bet the Bucks last weekend. I did. I did a bunch of little.
I didn't even finish. So on that teaser I just told you.
Yeah.
I bet 100, won 200.
All right.
So that's how you do it. Yeah.
That's easy. That's almost.
Yeah.
Impossible to lose.
Right.
I mean, unless it was just strictly defense, but with both of them quarterbacks, it's gonna be impossible.
Exactly. So that's why I took the teaser.
Yeah.
Won $200.
So I only did 2 like actual I did the spread and I did I want to say under. I did the under, which was like I did the over, which was like 54 points.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the spread. I took Tampa Bay plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
They won.
Right.
I wish I would have done the reverse odds because that'd have been plus like 800 for them to win, and I'd have made a bunch of money off of that. But I did that. That was one of my little parlays. I would hit that and ended up being like $150. And then I just took Tampa Bay straight up plus 3, and I put 50 on it. Ended up winning 95.
Mm-hmm.
Now I did a bunch of like little props. I took Devontae Adams less than 93 yards.
Okay.
Covered that easy. I think he got like 50 something or 60.
Yeah.
I took Aaron Rodgers minus 2.5 touchdowns, so he had to throw 3 touchdowns. He did that.
Right.
Took Tom Brady, same thing. He had to throw 3 touchdowns. He did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say I took Leonard Fournette over 43 yards, and he covered that easy.
Did he?
Oh man, yeah, he covered that with 2 runs, the 2 touchdown or the 1 touchdown run he had was like 28 yards by
that was
itself.
a big run. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they only had like 50-some yards rushing total though. That's why it must have been all him because I know. Well, Jones didn't do anything.
Nothing. But Leonard Fournette's a game changer for him.
Yeah.
I don't know how you just release him.
Man. You know what's crazy? He was like the most coveted back when he was coming out.
Oh,
and then
LSU,
like, it just
yeah.
went it just.
Well, he did good the first year in Jacksonville. He did
Yeah.
really good, and then got hurt. He's always been injury prone.
Right.
And then came back and did good, and then got hurt again. And then I guess they're like, fuck that. We ain't going to pay him this much money to get hurt.
Game has changed, too, to where they're not just handing the ball off anymore.
No, because they got old, what's his name, a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But
So-
I guarantee you, if Urban Meyer could have changed that coming in, he would have kept him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he probably would have kept him. Definitely, because he knows who he is anyway, like being that he was an LSU guy, so.
Yeah. Anyways, so we've been all around the world with this. We were on the subject of you saying you were like a blank slate so you can learn any position that they put you at.
Right. Yeah, I did. But, you know, going into college and playing football was more like an experiment for me. And I fell in love with the game of football, or so I thought I did. I thought I fell in love with the game of football. And so after college, you know, every opportunity that I got, you know, I went to Jacksonville, got cut. Went to, you know, I went to AFL, got hurt, so I got cut. Then I went to the CFL, got cut. Like everything was, you know, every time I get in somewhere, they love me, and I get cut. So it started like, am I really supposed to be playing football?
Well, let's go back just a little bit. Let's go to college.
Yeah.
You're playing outside linebacker,
Right.
some tight end maybe. No.
No tight end. I played tight end in college. I mean, in high school.
Got you.
Not in college.
So how stats and stuff? How are you doing?
So I became, you know, in college, I became this guy who could, you know, I could pass rush, and I also could cover in the slot. I had kind of a crossover ability type because of everything.
No,
I could
yeah,
do.
super athletic. Like I
Yeah.
said, in the later days, like
Yeah.
if using you like James Harrison or
Right.
any of the Lawrence Timmons now or stuff like
Yeah.
that. I mean, if they had that kind of system back then where the outside linebacker was
Right.
playing multiple positions pretty much and
Yeah.
on the line and stuff, man,
Right.
you would have been a fucking monster.
Man, you know what was crazy? What kind of happened to me when I left college is because of my size, my height, and my range, like the way I'm built, a lot of teams wanted me to be just an edge rusher, just a defensive end.
Yeah.
Like linebackers.
That's crazy because back then, it's crazy how much the game's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Is they used to want big and bulky and you could be slow. They weren't worried about. They just wanted you to have the power and try.
Right.
Now it's all speed everywhere.
Yeah. So and that's the thing. Guys like Javon Curse.
Oh,
Javon
yeah.
Curse was playing when I was in high school.
Julius
so,
Peppers.
Yeah, so those guys is what they wanted me to mimic. Like,
Yeah,
that's
got
what
you.
they was thinking. Like, oh
Because
yeah,
he
this-
was like one of a kind then.
yeah, right. So it was like, oh yeah, this is just like Javon Curse. Same long arms, can run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tall, and it's like, nah, I'm actually a real outside linebacker. Like, I cover tight ends.
Yeah.
I run in space.
Oh,
I just happen to be tall.
You'd cover it back then too. Same thing. Tight ends weren't super fast.
Right.
Even Tony Gonzalez style, not super fast,
Right.
just good at his position. But
Yeah.
now you got tight ends that fucking really
Can
could play.
run,
Yeah,
can roll,
play
yeah.
receivers.
So you have to have guys who have size that can also run covering them.
Yeah. So back then they're probably like, we don't need you to cover the tight end. He's not going out for anything.
Right. Yeah. We'll let the safeties cover him.
Yeah.
We'll let you pass rush. And you know what? I'll never forget it. You know, Coach Butler was my defensive line coach at Southern Miss, and he was one of the guys who really wanted me to come there. And I asked him one day, I was like, man, you know, why am I not dropping that much? He was like, Chris, it makes no sense for our best pass rusher to be dropping in coverage. Like, I'm like, I didn't understand it then. I'm looking because you got to think about it. I'm new to football, so I don't really understand football yet. I'm just playing because I'm athletic.
Well, the same thing like you were saying with Gronk being that tight end, it opens up the running game and it opens up the wide receivers.
Yeah.
When you get on the line looking like you're going to rush and drop back, that's how you get a bunch of picks.
Right.
They should have done that here and there at least.
So what's crazy is I spent a lot of time at Southern Miss learning, and I wound up transferring after a while, actually. It's crazy. I transferred to Tuskegee University. I did my last season in college football there. They used me in that way. So they did. Yeah, so they used me. First of all, me going back then, there wasn't a transfer portal. There was no.
Oh yeah,
such
so you didn't have
thing.
to wait. You didn't have to sit out.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, you did have to sit out. So in the
yeah.
transfer portal now, you don't have to sit out. Then
I thought that was only if you're still a senior or.
So back then you had to either sit out or go down a level.
Yeah, you had to go to community college or something like that.
Or Division II.
D2.
So you had to go D1 to D2 or like you
That's
said.
why Cam
JUCO.
Newton went to Gulf Coast.
Well,
Where
he
he
went
go?
to,
He went to somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, he went to
because they played Gulf
can't
Coast in the
remember.
national
Yep,
championship.
yep.
Whooped him, and
can't
then
remember
because
the name of
he
it
transferred from Florida to there, then he
Right.
went from Florida to
Auburn.
from there to Auburn.
Yeah, he won the national championship on all levels.
Yeah.
The crazy thing
Crazy.
is
Imagine if he'd have been with Florida, they would have won like 3 national championships.
Yeah.
He was in line before Tebow.
Can you imagine
Had to go steal
having
them
him on the
laptops.
side? Yeah, crazy. Hey, little Jameis Winston fever at that point.
Stealing crab legs. Man, what's up with these dudes?
I don't know. But, I wound up going down, and because I went down, like, when I walked on campus there, like, I was the biggest dude on the team, literally. I was bigger than some of the offensive line. Like, just coming from a Division I program.
Did you have dreads and stuff back then, too?
No, I didn't. I had the whole. A lot of people used to tell me I looked like Will Smith back then. I got the whole Will Smith thing all the time, man. Back then.
What do you mean the Will Smith? High top?
No, like just people like I had the
little
low cut,
buzz,
yeah. So I used to get that all the time. But so they used me in that way. I rushed the passer, dropped in the coverage. I mean, I even man-to-man in the slot. All that. I did all that at that, at Tuskegee. So I did it all. And I was about 245 pounds then, too.
Yeah. Best player you played against in college?
Aaron Rodgers.
Even then?
Yeah.
At any position?
Hands down. Aaron Rodgers.
Best play you made in college?
Best play I made?
Or most memorable?
Most memorable. Well, I'll tell you the most memorable play. All right, we were playing Illinois. I was at Southern Miss. We were playing Illinois. I was running down on kickoff, and it was the starting tight end. He was on kickoff return, and I'm coming down. I was like the sixth on kickoff return. I'm coming down this side. He was over here. He did a loop, came around, blocked me. Bro, literally knocked me off my feet, blindsided me. I literally was on my hands and knees, couldn't balance out the field. Like, I had a concussion, definitely. But I went back in and played.
No. All right, so that's the best play against you.
That's the most memorable play.
Oh,
I'm
most
saying.
memorable.
That's the thing I remember the most. The best play I've ever made in a college football game is probably we were down. This is when I was at Tuskegee, actually. We were down by 2 scores, like 10 points.
Yeah.
Literally. It's about 4.5 minutes left in the fourth. We're on defense. All right. We need a play right now. Come out. It's like 2nd and 13, something like that.
So they're just trying to run down the clock.
Yeah. Well, it's 2nd and 13. No, it's 3rd and 13. My bad.
So they got to get it first.
So look, second and 10, they run it. I got tackle for a loss. I didn't even add that. So tackle for a loss. It's 3rd and 13. All right, I'm trying to make a play here. So
are y'all thinking they're gonna pass or they're gonna run?
Definitely, they got it. They got to get a first down.
Too much time.
Yeah, they got to get a first down here. So I come off the edge. Boom. Quarterback rolls the other way. I'm still pursuing.
Can't see you.
He don't even know it. I'm still pursuing. He hitches up the throw, hit him from the backside, strip the ball out, fumble. Other defensive end on the other side picks it up, scoops it, takes it to the 15, right? That was that drive. We get 3, get a field goal. Touchdown is all we need now. Next drive, they're on offense. They run a run play this way. Strip the ball
This way
again,
towards you?
towards me. Get the tackle, strip the ball, and recover the fumble. We still lose because we didn't score.
What?
Yeah.
Now
but,
imagine if you would have been able to pick up the fumble before. You would have outrun everybody.
Yeah, I'm scoring.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when I made the tackle and recovered that fumble, my coach tells me when I come to the sideline, you got to pick the ball up. Don't cover it up. You got to pick the ball up. Like, he wanted me to literally make that tackle, cause the fumble.
What you're always taught.
Get up.
Fall on the ball.
Yeah, get up, pick it up, and run it in for a touchdown.
My coaches always told me, fall on the ball.
Yeah.
Or not just me. That's what they preach. Fall on the ball.
Yeah.
Because they want to make sure – because you see so many people trying
Trying
pick
to
it up.
scoop and score, and they fumbling
Bro,
around with it, and somebody else.
Every chance I had, I tried to scoop and score. I didn't never lose one of them, though. But I ain't just falling on the ball.
Here's another story. High school. This is my first play, my first drive in a high school football game. Not the first play, first drive. It was like the second play. Sack, forced fumble from recovery. Second play as a start.
How'd that make you feel? Like, oh, I was made for this.
Bruh, I felt like this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm talking like this is coming from a guy who's had big plays in basketball games.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
And now I'm playing football, and it's like, damn, who is that?
So you got done. So you finished at Tuskegee. You started at Southern Miss.
Yep.
Finished at Tuskegee.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us how everything went about you trying to get to the NFL, because most people don't know about how all that works. I don't even know about exactly how it all works.
So I wasn't drafted. I went to my my pro day at Tuskegee, and then I went to pro day at Southern Miss. What's crazy is, this is what's funny. When I went to that workout at Southern Miss, the scout from Jacksonville that was at Tuskegee did not let me work out. He said I couldn't lift or jump or anything at that pro day. They kind of do that so you don't take away the buzz from any other players. He literally was like, yeah, you worked out for me before in Alabama, I remember. And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, you just run the 40 today. So basically, he just gave them my numbers.
There's other scouts there, though.
Right. He just gave them my numbers.
And you can't fight that. You just have to listen to him?
Yeah, you just have to listen. I had already got the okay to work out there and everything from the coaches because I used to go there. So I had already had Bus Cook and another agent actually helped me get into that workout.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even work out.
So I'm sure we all want to know 40 time.
So fastest 40 I ever ran at 250 pounds was a 4.6.
Hey.
Yeah. Fastest time I ever ran in my life was a 4.47. I was 220.
This is high school or
that was in college. That was in Southern Miss.
Yeah. All right. Shuttle time, because that's it. When you're playing DN, it's not about 40. It's all about quickness.
Right.
What was your?
My fastest was 4.29.
Hey.
Yeah, fastest was 4.29. The fastest at heaviest was 4.41. I ran a 4.41 at 248 pounds.
Vertical.
Oh, highest vertical was 43 and a half, and I was 200. I was 250 when I did that.
So, if we raced right now in the 40, I think I'd beat you.
I don't know.
I think I'd take you.
No, I wouldn't even race you in the 40 right now.
But
20, we can do the 20, and I guarantee
just explosive.
You, yeah, and I guarantee you.
But
lose.
vertical you'd kill me. Like I can't. And so people that don't, if you didn't play any sports and you think like, well, he's jumping high because he can touch the rim or he can touch the top of the backboard. That matters too, but it's all about height. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not about height. I'm sorry about that.
How high you get
it's how high you jump off the ground. So it's not – he could be 6'2", and I could be 5'10", and I could not be able to touch as high on the wall as he can, but I could have a higher vertical. Yeah. It's all about how high your feet get off the ground, really how high you can touch. And so people think because somebody can touch the top of the backboard and the other dude can only touch the rim, that dude might be 5'5", and this dude might be 6'6", and the smaller dude's going to have the higher vertical. Right. So 43-inch vertical at what, 6'4", 6'5"? Yeah. What is that?
So
6'5" is.
Here's the crazy thing. I could dunk a 12-foot goal when I was in high school. Dead serious. I did it at
12 foot.
I did it at the Gulf Coast Coliseum at a dunk off. They raised it up to 12, and I dunked it.
So I'm just trying to think because I'm just talking about your height. Your height is 6'5".
Yeah.
So when you do your vertical, you have to stand there.
And then you do a reach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you reach as high as you can.
My reach is over 8.5 feet.
So 8.5. What? 8 times 12 is what? 8 times 10 is 80.
Yeah.
8 times 11 is 88. So 96.
Yeah.
96 plus 43.
Right.
What is that? 96 plus 43. That'd be 9. That'd be 139. 139 inches, which is how many feet?
So
it's almost. That's
it's
over 12 feet.
Yeah.
That's 13 feet. 13 and a half feet almost.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Quarter feet.
Yeah, man. I used to get jump, man. It was crazy. It was great. Rich actually. Rich actually worked with me a little bit. Him and Glenn Jenkins in 2008. That's who I did all my training with when I was coming out. So they actually really honed in on my vert. Another good friend of mine, Alex Acoin, who helped me too. Those are 3 of the most influential people who got me into strength and conditioning and stuff like that.
So for y'all don't know, Rich Myers is the head strength and conditioning coach at D1 in Mobile. I don't know the other 2.
Oh, Bryant Elmore and David Morris is the quarterbacks guy.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, Bryant is a really good young coach. He's gonna be good, man. He came out of.
Is that the blonde-headed dude?
Yeah, he came out of Alabama.
He didn't start coming up there until I'd been working up there for almost 2 years, working out up there for 2 years.
So what it is so Rich is the GM. He's over everything.
Is he?
Yeah, and Bryant is the new strength coach there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's gonna be good, man. He's just young. He's just new. But once he gets about 5-10 years under his belt, especially with the kind of guys he's working with now over there, yeah, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be a good coach.
And so he used to be.
I was the head strength coach.
Head strength and conditioning coach over there. Used to be. Name off some of the people that come through there, like Daniel Jones.
Right.
I've got to know him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool dude. AJ McCarron.
Right. Who I still work with. I still work with AJ.
Tell him to come hit some pads again.
Yeah. Hey, funny you mentioned that. So I've gotten, he'll come whenever. I'll tell him if you want to. But I got somebody, a good friend of mine in Charlotte. He owns a few gyms in Charlotte. He wants to come hit mitts with you. So I'm gonna get him to come down here.
Come on.
Well, he doesn't want to hit mitts. He wants to hold the mitts for you.
Does he know how to hold?
Yeah, he knows how to hold.
Bet,
he's actually been working with me on holding mitts.
He wants to hold them for me to see if he's holding them right, or just to see if he
just wants to work with you.
All right.
Yeah, he just wants to work with you.
Hell yeah.
He holds mitts. Yeah.
I'm always down with that.
His name is Tyler Reeves. Actually, he's I'll hook you up with Charlotte Boxing.
If he's on Instagram, just send me his Instagram.
Yeah. So I'll hook you up with that. He's gonna come down and we're gonna get with you.
All right, bet. Well, I was gonna say the other day when you were you didn't get to make it the other day to do the podcast.
Right.
You and AJ went late.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell him. I was like, man, just bring him with you.
Yeah.
He's probably busy.
Yeah, he got so much going on, man. He's trying to get a house built. His wife's pregnant again.
So is he moving on from? Because I know Deshaun Watson wants to be traded.
So
is he going to be the man, or is he trying to move on? Because I saw where he posted and said new beginnings.
Yeah. So I don't know. With Deshaun moving out of there, they got some new coaching changes.
Yeah.
He could get a shot. I mean, they really like AJ.
Do they?
Yeah, they really like him. So, and the crazy thing is that in the NFL now, the backup quarterback position has become a real position now.
Yeah,
so
100%.
They want guys in there who could actually start a game if they need it. They don't just want guys who are not the best.
That's why Jameis Winston was a backup.
Right. Well, yeah, he was supposed to be, and then I guess he couldn't learn that offense fast enough.
Not even him though. Even before him, they had Teddy Bridgewater. That's two people
starters.
that could two starters on the team.
So yeah, that's the direction they're going. They're going with 2 starters now. And
if you ever watched the show Blue Mountain State, did you ever watch that? It's super funny. The dude would say the best position is always backup quarterback. You don't got to do shit. You still get paid. You still get the girls.
Well, what's crazy is they prepare. They prepare like they're gonna play.
Yeah, but you don't have to play.
Right. So,
but until you do.
Right.
And I was watching one of the podcasts. Do you ever watch I Am Athlete?
Mm-mm.
Brandon Marshall, Chad Johnson.
Oh,
Fred
yeah,
Taylor.
yeah, I've seen
Bro,
it. I've
if
seen
you
it.
ain't watching that, you got to watch
I've
that.
seen it. I've seen Brandon Marshall on there, yeah.
No, I'm talking about. I started listening to it. I listened to the whole second season in 2 days. I'd be at work with my headphones in, get home,
Yeah.
go to sleep with the headphones in. Dude, it's so crazy. If you go watch that podcast or whatever, they talk about how they do their finances, why they didn't let their family get money off of them, and all this. And if they
Right.
did, they set up a business. I've learned so much from there. Not even that, just how much money. I didn't know NFL players got paid every week.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Brandon
by
Marshall over here
game.
talking about I'm making $400,000 every Sunday. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
Imagine what Patrick Mahomes making $4 million every Sunday. $4 million. What kind of?
Oh, man. Look,
But you need to watch
it's a
that.
lot of ketchup.
But I don't remember where I was going with that. We were talking about something.
We were talking about what? I don't know. I can't remember.
Backup quarterbacks
Yeah,
and-
yeah. There you go. Backup quarterbacks, how much they make, and how important they are to the game. Definitely.
But-
and how many people I've worked with, or
No, yeah. So I want to get back to that. So
Yeah.
you've worked with Daniel Jones.
DJ, Captain Mutterland, Jake Fromm. I did some stuff with.
Jake's going to the Super Bowl. No, he was on
No, he was on the Bills.
the Bills. Yeah, that's right. Him and T.J. Yeldon.
Yeah, KJ Wright.
KJ went to Mississippi State.
Yeah,
Who's the linebacker that we got?
Mark-
Pittsburgh. Mark Barron.
Mark Barron. Yeah, he's with Denver now.
When did that happen?
Yeah, he went to Denver last year.
I didn't even know that.
Pittsburgh released him in the spring. He signed with Denver last spring, right after COVID.
Yeah.
Right after COVID, after the quarantine, he signed with Denver. Yeah, so he was in Denver this year. I don't know if he's still there, but I know he was with Denver this year.
Yeah. Well, it's all big names. It's not like you're just working with like high
Right.
school athletes wanting to go to college. It's all
Right.
so you know what you're doing. For one, you've been there.
Right. Yeah, man. I got my CSCS about 5 years ago now. So I kind of like deep in the game now, I guess you could say. I've been doing strength and conditioning since about 2008.
Yeah.
So it's been a while now. I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny how I got into that, and this kind of goes back into my logo. Actually, my logo, which is
Logo company. What's your name of your brand?
which is Liger, actually, Liger, which is like half lion, half gorilla. And really what that represents is just having, the speed and agility of a lion with the strength and power of a gorilla. And how that came about is basically just realizing that I was meant to be a strength and conditioning coach. So I used the Liger, but if you notice in that logo, the L is capitalized, the G is capitalized, and the R is capitalized.
I've always wondered that.
The reason why is because that LGR stands for Let God Reveal. So I went through my whole life thinking I was supposed to be a football player and I was meant to do this just because of how things panned out and how it happened all like overnight.
I remember you telling me this.
And then an injury to my back, which set me back big time and I could no longer play, made me dive so deep into rehabbing and coming back. I had lost 30 pounds. I was 265, went down to 235 after that injury. And just rehabbing myself, going from squatting a 10-pound dumbbell to being able to squat 405 again was like, crazy, and being able to jump again and run fast again. So I figured out that I fell in love. I was in love with the process, not so much of the game of football, but just the process of getting bigger, stronger, and faster, and seeing that stuff come to fruition on the field. That's what I loved. I really wasn't in love with the game of football. I was in love with training.
Yep.
And I trained like crazy. We would literally train at Tuskegee. Our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Bronson, would literally kill us. And I'd stay later and do more. Like, I was so in love with training, I didn't even realize it was right under my nose that I was supposed to be a strength coach, and didn't even realize it because I was so blinded by me thinking.
You wanted to make it.
Yeah, and then God kept closing doors. Like, nah, you're not supposed to be a football player. Yeah, you're at this camp, but this is not where you're supposed to be.
That's awesome because I've always realized that LGR was capitalized, but I never understood why.
Right.
I think me and Tyler tried to figure it out one day. We couldn't. But
that's what it means.
And we skip subjects again. Last thing before we get off, because I know we've been going for a minute,
Right.
almost an hour now. So we were talking. I want to know the process of how it works trying to get in the NFL. So you went to the pros.
Yeah, I went to
didn't let
2
you
pro
work
days.
out.
They didn't let me work out, but they let me run. I ran a 40. It was freezing cold at that pro day, so I ran slow. I had to try to stay warm. It was 32 degrees at that pro day. I literally had to try to stay warm while everybody else was doing everything else, waiting for my call up to run the 40. And as I get down in my stance, the scout from the Bears was like, "All right, Chris, let's run here." I could tell he really wanted me to do well just because of the numbers he had saw on me.
Yeah.
And, the way I looked good, man. I came in, I was 200. I lost weight.
Looked like Vernon Davis.
Run. I was 248 pounds, man. I could run like crazy. Like, I was jumping 12 feet broad. Like, I mean, literally. So I get down, I run. It's super cold, man. I run a 4.81. 4.81. I was 248. There was at that time, it wasn't very many people over 240 pounds running faster than that, though. It wasn't like maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot.
It's a different day and age these days.
Yeah. So the second time I got down, I ran a 4.78. So I got faster because I ran one and got a little loose, but I couldn't even run that day, man.
Yeah.
So it kind of messed me up. I got picked up free agent.
So you don't get a signing bonus.
Yeah, no. You trying to just make the squad.
Yeah,
you
trying to make the practice squad.
You ain't even worried about getting paid yet. You trying to make the team.
Yeah.
So, I wound up getting cut, sent home.
This is Jacksonville.
Yep.
And so, I mean, I want to know how long were you trained? How long were you out there with the team? How long did it take? So you had to make – people don't know that they have 2 cuts.
Yeah, so, no, they have several. So, all right, it's like this. The mini camp – you have to make it through minicamp first. So you make it through minicamp. You don't make it through minicamp is mostly conditioning.
Yeah, a couple weeks long.
Yeah, and you do some 7-on-7 stuff, and I was good there. I made it through that. I was in the shape of my life, so I wasn't even worried about that. After that, went through the preseason, and it was like, Chris, they re-signed.
So you went through all the preseason games. How many was that back then?
4. It was 4. They re-signed Mike Peterson to a deal at that time. That's when I was there. Jack Del Rio was the coach.
Yeah.
They re-signed Mike Peterson, who actually didn't even stay the year after that. He went to Atlanta.
So you were there when Fred Taylor was there.
Yep.
Yeah. So you definitely need to watch the I Am Athlete podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's on it. Okay.
Oh man, yeah.
I seen Brandon Marshall, but I didn't know.
And Fred Taylor is like, man, he's so cool. And there's like one of the dads.
Fred Taylor was big, man. Fred Taylor looked like me at tailback.
Oh, I remember because I'm a Florida fan because he came from there. Yeah. His son played over there. Yeah. All right, I'm not getting. I don't want to get you off subject again. So you're there. You made it through through the preseason.
Yeah, and just like I said, it was a numbers game, man.
I've heard so many stories.
It wasn't even that I wasn't good enough. It was more so they just didn't have a spot for me.
So you had to have the 54-man roster?
53-man
roster.
53-man roster.
And I've heard, and if you watch any preseason games, which I know they didn't have any this year, but if you watch any preseason games, and you'll see like somebody gets in the fourth quarter of the preseason, and they like have one ball thrown to them where they drop in, like, oh man, that one drop, make it where you don't make it.
Well, it depends. So
I'm not everybody, but it can.
Some people have a lot more riding on one play than others. If you're the guy who they're just experimenting with, all right, we're gonna give you a shot. Yeah, you get your time, you got to make it count. If you're the first round pick that they took, in the first round, their first pick, you can.
You're good. You're probably not gonna play that much.
You can fall off the earth. And you still on the team. Like, literally, you can.
I understand that. But if you're the free agent trying to get on, that's what I'm talking about. You get your one pass, you better.
You gotta make it count.
And what's crazy is how they have, what was old buddy's name on the Patriots for so long? Just a special teams player.
There's a lot of people that do that.
No,
man,
but he's like, he would go to Pro Bowls.
Just as Osgood did that too. He was a receiver. Osgood. And then you have it was another guy who
is a dude on the Patriots. He might have just retired or he might still be playing, but that dude literally be making almost every tackle every game on.
I can't remember. I don't even remember now. But there's a couple guys who do that though.
That's crazy how you get that spot. You just have to hustle your ass off every time. They just can't say no to you.
And the crazy thing is, it just comes down to a coach liking you. Because the thing is, if they designate a spot on the roster for you and all you do is play special teams, they have to really like you. Because a lot of those special team guys are actually playing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But all right, so you got cut from them.
Mm-hmm. When I got cut there, I almost stopped playing football. I almost was like, man, I don't even want to play no more, you know. And then the AFL kind of reached out to me and was like, yeah, you need to come work out. We want to see you. We want you to play. So I went through that, and I was getting ready for that. Then the league folded.
Oh, yeah.
The league folded. So that league folded, and I really almost shut it down then. So I got word from some inside sources that they were coming back the next year. So they was like, you need to just stay in shape. We'll be back next year. You need to just stay in shape. So I went and played in a lower level league, the SIFL.
I haven't heard of them.
Well, I don't even think they're playing in that league is in anymore either. But this was at this time. This is 2010.
Yeah.
So I'm playing in that league. I tied the sack record the first game I played in that league. Yeah, it's crazy. Tied it 4 sacks. And so I was playing. I went after that. I went to another team in that league called the Lafayette Wildcatters. And I played in that league in Louisiana for a while. And then the AFL opened back up that next year, and I went to the New Orleans Voodoo.
Yeah, I remember them.
They signed me as a linebacker and a fullback. So I was about 250 pounds then. I reported to camp at about 260 though. So I went to camp. I'm doing good in camp. Rupture my groin.
Oh,
like the size of a nickel.
LGR.
Yeah, man. It ruptured my groin. So, and I was doing great too. Like having a great camp. Interceptions, sacks in practice. Like I'm posting on Facebook all this stuff that's going on. I'm like, man, I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. Scrimmage game against Dallas. I play in the scrimmage game. It's like a preseason game for us. Scrimmage game against Dallas, I do pretty good. That Sunday, the cool down practice after that game, I ruptured my groin.
That's crazy.
Like, man, it just went through that, bounced back from that, training.
How long did that take?
10 weeks. I was out 10 weeks. I came back when we was getting ready for the playoffs.
I was gonna say over half a season.
Yeah. So I came back. Of course, we got beat, and the season was over. All right, I got my chance. So after I played that, a couple CFL teams were interested in me. Hamilton Tiger Cats, Edmonton Eskimos. Paul Jones literally came down and watched me himself. I worked out at Ole Miss.
Nice.
I actually saw a lot of my old coaches there too, because at that time, Coach Nix was at Ole Miss.
Oh yeah.
So Coach Nix was my coach at Southern Miss. He was at Ole Miss at the time, him and Derek Nix. Derek Nix was the running back my freshman year at Southern Miss, and he had moved on to coach running backs at the Falcons and other teams too. And then he was at Ole Miss. I think he's still at Ole Miss now, actually. Derek is. But he was at Ole Miss too at that time, and I saw both of them there. And that was the first thing they asked me, because they saw how big I got. And they were like, boy, you didn't got big. Because the last time they saw me, I was like 225, 228 pounds.
Yeah.
And here I am at 265 walking into a building. They was like, boy, you got big. It was like, the first thing they asked me, can you still run? And I was like, yeah, I can still run.
Get your stopwatch.
I ran a 4.6 that day.
Hey,
I ran a 4.68 that day.
Better than 4.81.
I was indoor that day. It was indoor.
Oh, yeah.
So I ran 4.68 that day. I ran good that day, and ran a 6.94 and 3 cone.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So the shuttle 3 in the L drill, I ran a 6.94. They didn't even do 5.10.5. So I ran a 6.94 in the L drill, ran a 4.68 in the 40. And
I wonder why they didn't do the 5.10.5.
It just depends on what they want to see. Like honestly, the 3 cone is harder. The
Oh,
L drill is
100%.
harder.
Stop, turn around,
Yeah.
go around the cone, come back. It's 100%
You can
harder.
choreograph the 5-10-5, but you
Yeah,
can
how many steps you're
barely,
gonna take.
you can barely try and run a good time.
What people don't. So what he's talking about 5-10-5 is 5. You sprint 5 yards this way. When I say sprint, like you said, choreograph. I made sure when I did mine, take my 2 steps, touch,
Yep.
go back 10 yards. Might take you 4 steps, touch, sprint back through the 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can choreograph that. That L drill,
Yeah.
way harder.
Well, because I got so much experience coaching it, I can choreograph the L drill also, but it just a lot more effort goes into choreographing and you running it
Yeah.
the right way. With the 5-10-5, you're just going back and forth.
Easy.
The L drill, you got to run straight, bend the corner, come back around, bend this corner, then bend that corner to stay inside the It's a whole lot more speed and
Chopping
agility.
your feet, cutting angles over here, just plant and go, plant and go.
Is it? So it's a lot more speed and agility involved in the L drill than it is in the 5-10-5.
All right, so let's finish this up with. So you went out to this workout for the CFL.
Yeah, killed it. Killed that workout. Got my chance. They were ready to sign me. Signed with Edmonton at the time, and messed up my L5 in my back. That
Lifting
right
weights.
There, nah. So it was kind of like one of those. It was freak accident. So they said I had cracked it before and didn't know it. I was literally outside just covering the running back. He ran a swing and an arrow. He came back inside. When I turned to come back inside with him.
Gotcha.
Yep. So it was just freak accident. Man, it felt like somebody tackled me. It felt like somebody grabbed my legs and tackled me because my legs went numb while I was running.
Man, that's crazy. All right, so from there,
it was done. It
you
was
just
over.
said you were done.
It was over. I couldn't.
How
play
long?
anymore.
How long did it take you to make up your mind on that? Immediately?
The doctor made up my mind for me. He was like, "You ain't playing."
Really? Because I know there's a lot of people like, man, you might die. Well, I'm going to play.
Yeah, nah.
That wasn't you.
Yeah, I had been through too much
Hey, I understand. Hey,
to where it was like, yeah, that's it. All right.
so what's the plan for the future with Liger and everything else? Like, what are you striving to do? And
So, my main goal with Liger is I really want to train top-notch athletes, high-level athletes, pros, potential Division I signees from high school.
UFC fighters.
No.
I'm messing with you.
Definitely, I was getting to that, and then I want to mix it into all sports, basketball, MMA.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I've started doing, and I'm definitely going to do with you that I've picked up, a few new training concepts to help you in MMA. Definitely a lot of unilateral stuff and a lot of contralateral stuff to help you with fighting that I want to implement. So eventually, I just want my own building with my logo on it, and athletes traveling in to come work with me. That's my ultimate goal. That's my dream right there. Just have a facility in the middle of some wilderness where you can come in, escape from everything else, and just work hard and get ready for stuff.
Your mind's not focused on anything but the work.
Right, exactly.
What people don't understand, what's so hard about what you're talking about doing is, it's not like you just have to be able to get people strong or fast. Each sport has a specific thing that, like if you're doing MMA, I could be as strong as I want, but if I'm not working on punching power or getting my power to hold somebody down or getting up off the ground, it's not going to do anything. Same thing for quarterbacks. You got to be able to get that arm strong, get them to be able to move in the pocket. A bunch of different. Every sport's different, so you have to know all of that. It's not just getting somebody strong.
Exactly.
And if you look at old pictures, like when we're in Vegas for Tyler's fight, man, you can see I got big traps on me. Man, I'm working out with you, I got big and I got strong, and it was all the right strength that I needed too. So it's a lot more than just being able to get somebody strong and not just big too, because I need to stay smaller so I can make 135. Right. So it's a lot more. There's a lot more that goes into the people think. So I mean, I hope the best for you. And I know you know the right people, and once they see those people doing good, they just affiliate your name, and it just grows from there.
Yeah, definitely. trying to network and make connections is the most important part. Doing right by people is really what I really harp on. Whenever I do get a chance to work with someone, I try to do right by them. I try to do whatever I can to make them better, but also, do whatever I can to show them that, hey, I'm a legit down to earth guy.
Yeah.
Like, I got you back. Like,
Don't burn these bridges.
Right.
Hey, before we go, let them know, man, I'm stronger than I look.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely on squats. Now the upper body stuff, I don't know, but
Now maybe some bench press, because what's bench press going to do for me? But
Right.
I can power clean like a motherfucker.
yeah. Now I will give you that. But that's still a lower body move.
Yeah,
That's still a lower body move.
you got to coordinate it all together.
Yeah.
It's more technique than it is
Right.
strength.
You
But
want to move it with your hips.
100%.
So your hips are strong. Yeah. Lower body, you're probably one of the strongest smaller athletes I've ever seen. Like
I appreciate
lower
that.
body. Yeah. Lower body.
All right. Well, I appreciate you making it over here, even though you had a flat tire
Man, blew a
and we're
tire.
running late. So I appreciate you coming after all that, because I thought you were going to stand me up again.
No, man. No. Yeah, the first time AJ kept me a little longer than I was supposed to be there.
I'm going to have a talk with AJ.
Yeah.
For one, he ain't been getting on Call of Duty. That's a problem.
He said he was on there last night.
He ain't. All right. Well, I don't like go to my friends on there. I just go to, like, whenever I'm on Call of Duty, I just go who's on like the Call of Duty thing. I don't go to my Xbox thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I need a.
I got on him. His mom told me today he gets on Call of Duty and eats ice cream. So I got on him today.
I believe it. He got
I'm
the
like,
baby
what
cheeks.
You doing eating ice cream on Call of Duty, man?
Man, he got to eat his Sora's way. He ain't that good. Nah, he ain't bad. I appreciate you making it out, and man, good luck with everything.
Appreciate it, man. Good luck to you too, man. I heard you got some fight news coming up.
So I announced this in the last one. I was supposed to be fighting what's his name? Brian Caraway. He was in the UFC for 10 years,
Yeah.
like 15 fight veteran, but he didn't take the money. He didn't take the fight because the money wasn't right for him. I'll fight the dude for free just because it gives me an opportunity to get back in there. Same
Right.
for him. He got released at the same time I did, but I guess some people want to make it
He
and
don't
some
want
people
that.
don't.
He didn't want that L. That's what it was.
Well, yeah. If he loses, he only gets half the money. He wasn't wanting
Like,
that.
he didn't want that L.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want that
Well,
L.
maybe he'll see this and we'll talk him into come and get it, baby.
Come on.
All right, dog.
All right.
Oh yeah, no.
What's that?
So let everybody know where they can find you at on Facebook, Instagram, website, whatever.
Oh yeah. So my Instagram, follow at McNair Chris to get me on Instagram. A lot of workout stuff on there. Facebook is just
lot
my
of
name.
girlfriend stuff.
Yeah. No, not on Instagram.
Is that Facebook?
Yeah.
My fault. I'll bleep that out.
Yeah, but it's a lot of workout stuff on IG. So follow, like I said, at McNair Chris. It's just my name. I don't have any kind of fancy names on there.
We need a Liger page, bro.
So I've thought about changing my personal page.
No, don't change. Keep it personal and just do the business. So like how Rich has his name was D1.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be that. I think he should have a Rich page.
Right.
And he can put whoever he's training, but have a D1 page.
Right. I know what you're saying. Well, faster athlete. Now.
Well, you see, I got like a Savage Association page.
Right.
And I don't post on there as often, but it's only strictly related to Savage Association.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm actually working on a website now for my Liger stuff. So I'm apparel, everything, hoodies. I'm trying to do leggings, shorts, joggers, all that workout gear coming for sure.
All right. Well, until he gets a Liger page, go follow him at McNair Chris and keep up with the stuff. Give him a follow. I mean, good stuff. Dude's a beast.
Appreciate it.
All right. Peace.